Let's make a berries pavlova together, and I will show you a really easy one that doesn't require a very tall shape of pavlova that will all crack up. It's going to be simple and easy, and it's not going to give you any headache. We start by separating 4 egg whites and pouring them into our clean mixer so we can make sure that they whip up into a meringue well. When it whips up into soft peaks, we're going to add the sugar gradually. Keep whipping on a medium-high speed until it's thick and glossy like this. Then add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 teaspoon of vinegar, just for a few seconds until it mixes through. And with that, your meringue is ready. You should be able to touch it and not feel any grains of sugar, and that would be okay. We're going to trace a pan 8 inches onto a baking paper and then put the baking paper on a tray. I like to stick some meringue onto the tray so we make sure that the baking paper sticks to the tray. Then I'm going to start piling up the meringue right in the middle of that center circle that we drew. To make it easier on me, I usually pile half of the meringue first and shape it to that circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Then I scoop the other half just on top of it right away. It just makes things a little bit easier, and I'm going to shape it into a dome. I shape it in a way that the center is flat and dipped in slightly. We're going to put it in a preheated oven on 150 degrees Celsius and bake it for 1.5 hours without opening the oven door. I like to make a lemon curd with all the egg yolks that I have and use it in the pavlova as well. So I put over a hot water bath the 4 egg yolks, sugar and lemon juice, and I keep whisking until it dissolves completely and looks thicker like this. Then I remove it from the heat. And then I start adding the butter bit by bit and mixing in between each addition. The lemon curd really adds another dimension of flavor between the whipped cream and the berries, and it makes it really delicious. I'll add a little bit of vanilla as well, and I'll put the cling wrap right on top of the curd so it doesn't form a skin, and I'll leave it to cool and thicken completely. You can keep it in the fridge, and this is what it looks like after a few hours, and it's super delicious inside the pavlova and in many other desserts. After 1.5 hours of baking in the oven, the pavlova should be crispy on the outside and a little bit chewy on the inside. I'll carefully remove it from the baking paper and put it on my serving tray. Now here's the fun part where you're gonna pile it up and no measurements required. Just put a couple of spoonfuls of that lemon curd as a first layer and spread it all over the top of your pavlova. Then I whipped up 1 cup of whipping cream, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla and whipped it until it formed soft peaks really. And then also added some on top of the pavlova. Again, it's up to you of how much or how little you want to put. You can pile it high or just add a thin layer of whipping cream. And then I spread it evenly all over the top of the pavlova. Then go ahead and pile on your berries. I use some macerated strawberries and I put them in a strainer to kind of let out their liquid. I used raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. You can add whatever your heart desires. And that's it, an easy, no fuss pavlova that comes together really easily, and I hope you love it.